This is effectively now becoming a live reality, policing people's thoughts, speech, etc. That's hurting us. That really is. It's hurting our international reputation. There's a report out there in the US State Department. That's not good for us internationally. And what I would say, you mentioned David Lammy and, how they've handled, how he's looked at Ukraine. But actually this hurts us because it's about Britain's place in the world. It's about global Britain, our reputation. And do not forget, we've always been a country that's been open when it comes to free speech, fighting for values of freedom of belief and all those key things, and also standing up to autocracy in the world as well. So I think, we should be back out there. I'm very vocal about this in my current role and capacity. There is so much more that we can do, should do, and we shouldn't just be hiding behind, dare I say it, the lefty lawyers, the Human Rights Brigade, which I'm afraid has defined this government thus far.
And finally, and just briefly, your party is languishing in the polls. I think I forget what it was the last time I looked, about 18%, 18%. Are you not tempted to join Reform?
No.
Why not?
We lost the election last year. It's going to take a long time. I call it the hard 9 yards, basically, in terms of, climbing Mount Everest. Some days there's more oxygen than other days. We have to re-establish our credentials and credibility with the British public, who felt very let down and disillusioned by us. And to do that, we have to be the genuine advocates of conservative values and beliefs. This isn't about joining other political parties that are not conservative.
They're doing very well.
They might be, but they're not they're not conservative in their instincts, their values, their beliefs, and where they're going. We are. And we believe in fighting for those values. In the same way, Rod, that's why we're so vocal about Ukraine, standing up to autocracy, not kowtowing to those countries around the world that are our adversaries, which is exactly what Labour's doing with China right now. We have to fight for our values and the beliefs in the same way in which we did in a very successful way in the 1980s. I think, when you look at the geopolitical situation right now, it's no different to the period before the Cold War ended. 45 to 89, the end of the Berlin Wall, we all thought was a great triumph. I'm old enough to remember all of that, but I do remember what it was like prior to that time all over again. It was conservative values and beliefs, actually with the United States as well, that fought for those freedoms and the battle of ideas, and that's where my party is, and that's where we're going again.